Hey guys, today we're going to be sharing with you our fangirl favorites for November 2017. Yay! After months of kind of boredom, I suppose, I feel like the fangirl favorites for the last several months have been a little bit boring, and I apologize for that, because there's been nothing really exciting. I mean, there's been some random excitement, but just not a lot, I don't think. Fortunately, for this month, we got, what, 5 movies that we want to talk about? So yeah, a quick disclaimer. Before we do get going with this video, we are going to be talking about 5 different movies, and we're not going to have any sort of spoilers. We're going to be just very broad and general about how we thought about these movies. But yeah, just to let you guys know what movies we're going to be talking about in case you are interested or maybe not interested. The 5 movies are going to be Kingsman, number 2, Planet of the Apes, number 3, Thor, number 3, Murder on the Orient Express, and we just literally came back from seeing Justice League. So yeah, those are the 5 movies, so you can stay or not stay, up to you, but like I said, absolutely no spoilers. So Stephanie, let's start off with Kingsman, The Golden Circle. We actually saw this last month. But we forgot to put it...
Yeah, it should have been in last month's.
Yeah, we forgot to put it in last month's Fangirl Favorites, so we're going to just quickly put it in this video. So yeah, Kingsman, The Golden Circle, movie number 2. Stephanie, overall thoughts and feelings about Kingsman?
I thought it was a really good sequel.
Yeah, I liked it.
You know, there's always the whole sequel's going to be bad or something, but yeah. I really enjoyed it just as much as
the first one.
I liked the first one. Maybe, I don't know if maybe I liked it a little bit more than the first one.
I heard a lot of people saying they didn't like it as much as the first one, but I still liked it fairly equally.
I think I pretty much liked them equally.
Yeah.
I thought it had a good story. I liked them bringing in the Americans.
The statesmen.
Yeah,
I loved the idea of the statesmen.
You know, you had their 2 clashing personalities and stuff, but they still, even though they had different personalities, it was still the same
type of world.
Yeah.
World building and everything.
So it'd be cool, like, if they did a 3rd one. Yeah. Who would they bring in with some...
I've heard a lot for, like, the Australians. Because, you know, they have the boomerangs.
Oh.
Imagine the boomerangs. But yeah, I've heard a lot of popular fan support for if they brought in, like, the Australians. I don't know what the Australians would be called, but...
There were
that would be great.
Some shocking things that happened, especially in the beginning. I was like, wow, I didn't expect that to happen.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I thought it was really good. It still had that same, like, I think it was probably even funnier than the first one was. But, like, that doesn't mess up the movie or nothing.
I really like the action. Something I think I liked, I mean, even though it was still super violent, I'm personally very squeamish when it comes to violence, and I think this one was actually toned down a tiny bit. Was it just me?
Yeah, it kind of was. They weren't as graphic.
Yeah, I feel like this one was not as graphic, which was okay with me, because I get a little squeamish, like, if eyeballs are popping out, or limbs are getting chopped off or something, you know, and I think this one was a tiny bit more tame.
Because there was some stuff happening that I think more blood should have came out, but I don't think nothing flew out, did it?
I don't think, there was
nothing.
It was
like, blood should have flown out during those parts, but it didn't.
In the first movie, there was, like, a lot of heads blown up. And that, I had to cover my eyes for that.
There's a lot of headshots.
Yeah, that was too much for me. But yeah, this one, I think I kept my eyes open through a lot of the more squeamish stuff.
So yeah, I think they did kind of tone that down a little bit.
But yeah, I like the story. I like the action sequences, the returning characters, the new characters. I think my favorite character was definitely Pedro Pascal's character. I loved him with that whip. That was his scenes with that whip, because I think he had 3.
And then in slow-mo.
Yeah, I think he had 3 huge scenes with that whip, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I think those were seriously my favorite parts of the movie. I just loved how those were choreographed and everything. Yeah. So yeah, a thumbs up for Kingsman. Hopefully we get a 3rd movie. I would personally really like to see a 3rd one.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they kind of made it like it's like, you know, from the beginning I always talked about how it's kind of like a James Bond type of thing, that they could see it going on for many movies.
Thumbs up for Kingsman. Moving on to Planet of the Apes. War for the Planet of the Apes?
Yeah.
Wait, is that what that... I'm getting confused with some of the titles. War for the Planet of the Apes, the 3rd and final movie in this trilogy. Woo! This, you know, This is an amazing trilogy from start to finish. And I feel like it's one of those underrated trilogies. Like, it's so amazing. I feel like the movies are absolutely flawless. And you just don't hear a lot of people talk about this trilogy. You know, more people need to talk about this trilogy because they're so freaking good. And yeah, I loved this conclusion. I think it was a perfect conclusion to the trilogy. It was emotional, but just really uplifting, I think, by the end, perhaps. I don't know. I don't want to say too much. It's kind of hard to talk about the third and final movie because you don't, without spoiling. But yeah, I think it had a perfect conclusion, a satisfying conclusion.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I do think it was a little long, though. I mean,
a little long.
Christ. What was it like? I say that it was like 2.5 hours.
It was like 2.5 hours.
But there's going to be other movies coming out that are 2.5 hours, and I'm like, woo! But apparently with that, I was thinking, oh, Jesus, that's a long movie.
It probably could have been cut in a few places, but I was still fine with it.
And there was this monkey, and his name was Bad Ape.
Bad Ape.
And he was the most precious thing. It was nice that they were able to add, like, some good humor to the movies, because I think, you know, they're usually kind of, like, super dark.
Yeah, they're really dark
and
serious.
stuff, so, like, it was nice that they had this little cute little monkey walking around.
As the comic relief.
Yeah.
But also kind of sad at the same time.
Yeah, he was a sad little pathetic thing at times.
When they kind of explain his... Well, you know, they don't really explain his backstory. You kind of have to read into the subtext with his character, I think. But yeah, it's kind of sad, but he is comedic relief, fortunately at least, because it is a very dark and serious movie. And yeah, the CG, good God. The CG, you guys, it looks like monkeys. It literally looks like monkeys running around. I forget that it's CG. Like, I'll kind of think about it, like, oh, wait a minute, this is supposed to be CG, but it looks real.
Yeah, like the scenes where they're always on the horse and stuff. It's like, God, how the heck did they do that? Because I know that we've seen behind the scenes stuff, and they have the actors are literally on their backs like that. But still, it's like, how did they form the graphics of the monkey around the horse?
I wish Andy Serkis would get nominated for these movies, because ever since the first movie there's always been talk about Andy Serkis needs to get nominated.
Yeah, because he's still acting.
Yeah, he's still acting. They're basing Caesar's performance, you know, how he's moving, they're basing it off of Andy Serkis. He's doing all of that for them, essentially.
Yeah, he should get nominated for an Oscar this year.
Yeah, if he got nominated for like an Oscar, I would not complain, because I think it's well.
He had a lot of emotional scenes and stuff.
So yeah, thumbs up for Planet of the Apes. Yeah, it's not. We can't really talk too much about Planet of the Apes. Once again, it's the third and final movie. Yeah, I loved it. Great acting, great story, satisfying conclusion. Right?
Right.
Yep. Thumbs up. Okay, so moving on. What do we see next? Thor Ragnarok?
Yeah.
Thor Ragnarok, you guys. The third Thor movie. Possibly the final? Maybe? I mean, we had 3 Iron Men. 3 Captain America. Because I don't think they're doing any more Iron Man. I don't think they're doing any Captain America. They're only going to do more of those if they reboot, I think, with a different lead person, you know. So yeah, I don't know if this was the third and final Thor movie.
I don't know with the amount of, or with how good it's done. Maybe they're like, crap.
Yeah, maybe they'll do some more.
We've figured out the formula
for Thor.
Because like Thor, the first 2 movies, though people like them, there's still some stuff about them that
can be changed.
Yeah, and now like it seems like they've found a formula
that worked
with Thor, and that people are really liking.
And responding to it.
Yeah, now they're probably like, crap, we might have to make a 4th one.
Yeah, I love this third Thor movie. I still love... I know people hate on the first 2 movies, but I personally really love the first 2 movies.
Yeah.
I don't know why people hate on them so much. I love the first 2 movies. Yeah, I still love this third one just as much. It's the most humorous. I don't think I've ever laughed so much. I feel like this was even more funny than the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Was it just me? I feel like I was laughing the whole entire time.
Yeah. And I enjoyed all the new characters that showed up. Well, Hulk's not new, but still. He was new to the Thor world.
The Hulk isn't new, but I liked how he was integrated into the story. It made sense how he was integrated.
And, you know, he kind of fits in, though, with the world of Thor because they're all more alien-like anyway, and he's a big green monster. And he fits better, I think, up in space than he does down on Earth.
Yeah, I really liked Valkyrie. Hella, I really liked Hella too. I've heard people kind of complain about Hella. You know, people always complain about the Marvel villain problem, but I still liked Hella.
Yeah.
I thought she was a great villain. She's like our first female villain too, ain't she?
I think so.
So yeah, I liked Hella. Kate Blanchett was rocking. Kate Blanchett was kind of ridiculously hot looking. Yeah, I liked Jeff Goldblum. I thought Jeff Goldblum was going to be in there for just a small amount of time. He was actually in there more than I thought he would be. Of course, love me some Loki. I needed more Loki. Loki was in there, but I feel like he could have been in there more. I needed more. I needed more. I need a Loki spinoff. Can we just have a Loki spinoff?
And it's like they really have Loki like super funny.
Yeah, he was hilarious. Normally he's the angsty younger brother, you know, and he didn't have. Well, I mean, he had some of that, but he wasn't all into that.
But I feel like since he's supposed to be a trickster, that he would have more of that humor.
Yeah, he needs to be more
that
humorous.
kind of personality, and not be so like emo.
Yeah. I think the one downside of this movie, I wish there was a little bit more drama. It would have some dramatic, emotional moments, but they would be quick.
Yeah.
You know? There's a particular moment kind of near the beginning it's kind of emotional, and then there's humor kind of in there that almost seems a little forced. That's kind of, like I said, I think that's kind of the downside. Some emotional moments, and then there is that humor that almost feels a tiny bit too much forced into there, like they're trying to move past the emotional bits.
We can't have you cry.
Yeah. So yeah, I wish there was a bit more drama, because that's what I like about the Thor movies, because the Thor movies are there is something Shakespearean about them, you know, just the way they talk and dress, and you know they use swords and stuff. You know, there's something like that, like Game of Thrones-ish, you know, kind of that type of world, you know. So yeah, I was kind of wanting a little bit more of that, but it was still fine.
So yes, Thor was good, funny,
Thumbs
great
up for
characters,
Thor? Thumbs up for Thor.
sweet music.
Oh my god, I love the music. I love
The action scenes were really cool.
What's that song called? Is it called the Immigrant Song?
Yeah.
I love the use of the Immigrant Song in the movie. They played it twice, didn't they?
Yeah.
They played it twice. Perfect each time. I loved it. Yeah, very
No, it's kind of like twice. Twice in one movie.
It was a very psychedelic movie as well. There was almost something about it that felt like the 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, the music, the style, the comedy.
They need to keep this dude. If they do a
Yeah.
fourth
Taika Waititi.
Thor film,
Yeah.
that they need to keep
him.
him.
Maybe let him do a
Maybe
Guardians
he needs
movie
to
also.
do an Avengers movie.
Oh, he'd
Maybe
be
they
great.
need to do Infinity Wars with him.
But yeah, thumbs up for Thor. Let's move on to Murder on the Orient Express. I think this is the... Well, no, we have Planet of the Apes.
Oh, serious movies?
Well, no, like, non-superhero.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Murder on the Orient Express. It's a historical piece taking place in the early 1900s.
Yeah.
Something like that. Early 1900s, somewhere in there. Yeah, the lead character, Poirot, based off of the Agatha Christie novels, he gets called to go, or no, he gets on the Orient Express.
Yeah.
And of course, a murder happens on the Orient Express. He has to investigate who did it. And yeah, a classic Agatha Christie story. I love the book, and I really enjoyed the movie too.
Yeah, I thought that even though you were with all these characters for only a short time, you kind of got to know them. Not too much, though, but you were able to at least know what kind of person they seemed like they were. Mm-hmm. Except for, what the heck is his name? Willem Dafoe. His character was like... I forgot about his character sometimes, because I felt like he was not there, and then he would randomly show up, and I'm like, oh, hey, there you are. I forgot you were in this.
It had an amazing cast. I feel like some people were underused. I mean, that's the unfortunate thing. When you're in an Agatha Christie piece, you know, especially because there's tons of characters in Agatha Christie books. There's tons of characters, and that's kind of the unfortunate drawback. You might not be featured very much. Because I think every character... There were some characters that had more than one scene, but for the most part, everyone had like maybe one or two scenes, and that was kind of it. Like big scenes, you know.
I still don't know who some of those people were. Like, I couldn't tell you what their names were at all. That's the problem, though, was, like, there was too many people that you don't know their names.
Yeah.
Like, you knew them while you were watching the film, but now it's
You
just
don't remember
like,
anything.
what? I just go by, oh, you know, Daisy Ridley's character and Judi Dench's character. That's about it.
But yeah, I liked it. I think it was a really good, faithful adaptation of the book. I mean, there were a few additional things in there that did not exist in the book, but yeah, I mean, I think they needed a few additional things just to lengthen the movie out a little bit longer, because I think it was only an hour and a half anyway, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, a really good historical mystery on the Orient Express. Fantastic cast. Visually stunning, I think.
I really liked the pan-throughs through the train, especially from like the outside when you would see everybody separately in the windows.
Yeah,
and
I liked how Kenneth Branagh directed and filmed the movie, because he had some particularly kind of unique angles. You know, there was just some different types of angles that I wasn't expecting. But yeah, I mean, you have to be creative, because the whole thing takes place on a train in very enclosed spaces. You know, you got to be creative about how you film. So I think Kenneth Branagh did a really good job with the directing and editing and stuff.
And it wasn't serious through the whole film. There were bits of it that were humorous and everything, and then you would have then you'd have sad moments and stuff like that. So it wasn't just like, you know, dead serious the whole entire film.
And Johnny Depp, you guys, it was really nice to see normal Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Johnny Depp, his last several movies, he's either covered in prosthetics or tons of makeup. You know, just the way he does his hair and his costuming and makeup. You know, it's nice to see Johnny Depp looking normal.
Yeah.
It's like you forget what a good-looking man he is. You know? So yeah, 2 thumbs up for Murder on the Orient Express. And apparently we're going to get Death on the Nile, which I'm very excited about. I can't wait for Death on the Nile. I don't know what on earth they would do after that, but yeah, let's stick with Death on the Nile for now and then see how it goes. But yeah, thumbs up, guys. And is that it for that?
Yes.
Okay. Moving on to our last movie. We literally just came back from seeing Justice League today, so that's nice and fresh in our head right now.
Well, sometimes I need like a day to process what I have seen.
Yeah, I feel like I need to process Justice League, but oh well. Stephanie, how'd you feel about Justice League?
Well, for me, the only DC movies I've seen is Suicide Squad and Wonder Woman. I had not seen Superman, whatever the heck it's called, Batman versus Superman. I haven't seen that garbage.
Yeah, I have seen all of them. Yeah, she has not seen any of the Superman, so.
But I liked Justice League, but I think it's because there were multiple people in it, and it wasn't just because I'm just gonna say it now. I hate Superman. Ever since I was little, I never liked anything with Superman.
He's not compelling to you.
No, there was nothing that I liked about Superman. But that's why I never saw those movies. But that's like seeing Justice League was nice because there's multiple people in there, and I enjoyed having all these different personalities in one movie and not just boring Superman.
I really liked Justice League. We were talking about this earlier. I feel like Justice League was a little bit sloppy in places, because of course there's going to be comparisons to the Avengers naturally. What we were talking about, we feel like the Avengers did a better job of naturally bringing the characters together, that felt realistic and believable. This movie, it was a little bit sloppy because sometimes it kind of just jumped and they would like teamed up all of a sudden. And I kind of don't understand. You know what I mean? I don't understand how all of a sudden
everybody had their suits.
Yeah, all of a sudden everybody had their suits on. It's like, okay, let's go fight together. And it's like, wait a minute. How did y'all just come together? It was fast. They all came together rather quickly. So yeah, it was a tiny bit sloppy there. That's kind of really my only complaint there.
But part of me liked that because sometimes I hate when it takes a movie forever to get started. Mm-hmm. Like, that gets on my nerves. So, like, even though it was kind of sloppy, I was kind of like, oh, thank God, we're getting into the plot.
Yeah, we're getting into the plot.
We've met everybody in the team.
Yeah.
And now we're going to go do stuff about it. And so I enjoyed that, though, because it was like boom, 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 fight. And
yeah. But yeah, I liked the movie overall. It was really fun. I'm glad there was some humor in there. Yeah, I love seeing more of Ben Affleck. We've not really gotten a lot of Ben Affleck as Batman. I mean, we had a lot of him in Batman vs. Superman. But, yeah, I mean, that was, that was split between him and Superman. And then, yeah, he just had a cameo appearance in Suicide Squad. So, yeah, it was nice to see a lot of Batman or Ben Affleck in this. Get a, really good idea of Batman. Yeah, I love seeing Wonder Woman. I freaking loved Wonder Woman, you guys. And I loved her in this. And I'm a fan of The Flash and Aquaman now. Because I think they're supposed to be making Flash and Aquaman individual movies, correct? Yeah, I'm definitely excited for those two movies. I definitely plan on going to see those. I'll tell you what, if there's more Superman movies, I just don't know if I want to see any more Superman movies. What is wrong with the Superman?
In order to take me to a Superman movie that's just straight out Superman, I think The Flash is going to have to be in it.
Someone explained to me why I can't handle the Superman movies. The Superman movies are just something kind of boring and dry about them. And I feel bad for Henry Cavill because I love Henry Cavill. And it's not his fault. I don't think it's his fault. I think it's just maybe the writing for the Superman character in general because he's such a good guy. He's such a good guy and a hero. There's not really much complexity there, I don't think. I think that's what the problem is. But yeah.
So I think if you're somebody like me, so like if you really liked Wonder Woman, I think you would probably like Justice League. I mean, I like, so seeing as that's the only thing I've seen, that and Suicide Squad, but everybody else is like, I hate Suicide Squad. So, if you liked Wonder Woman, and that's the only one you've seen, then I would say give Justice League a shot, because I enjoyed it. So, I enjoyed Wonder Woman, so.
Yeah. I definitely need some Aquaman, you guys. Good God. Jason Momoa. So, is that 2 thumbs up for Justice League? Yay!
I would watch it on FX or whatever they show Superman on now. TBS.
Like we said, we literally just came back from seeing Justice League. I haven't had time to process it completely, so I don't really have anything else to say about it other than, man, I enjoyed it. So yeah, thumbs up.
Yeah.
So I think all of these movies, that's 5 movies, thumbs up for all of them. So we saw a good batch of movies this last month. Hopefully December goes well. We have Last Jedi to go to. What else is coming out? Coco.
Something else.
I want to see that Hugh Jackman movie, The Greatest Showman.
Oh, yeah.
I really want to see that. I hope that's good. I hope it's not irritating. There's something about it that might have the potential to be irritating and annoying, so I hope not.
Yeah, I want to see that too, but I'm not sure if I want to, go. I don't want to go now. I don't know if I want to wait for, it to be cheap.
Yeah. So, yeah, you guys, is that it for this month?
Yep.
That's it for this month's Fangirl Favorites.
What? We don't have no pops?
Yeah, no, there's no time for pops. So in the comments below, have you guys seen any of these movies? Or did you see some other movies? Just let us know. And yeah, it don't have to be movies. What did you guys fangirl or fanboy about this month? They can be movies, they can be television, video games, music, whatever floats your boat. Please share with us down below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this video, you may like these other videos. Bye, guys.